Local authorities in Thailand's northern Phichit province installed a sprinkler system around crocodile ponds to cool off heat inside the ponds for more than 100 crocodiles. The near 40 Celsius degree temperature agitated some crocodiles at the Freshwater Fisheries Research and Development Center located at the Bung Sifai Lake. Authorities feared the angry reptiles will harm people if they continue to be agitated. Bung Sifai is the third largest natural lake in Thailand, located in Phichit province, northern Thailand. Homemade rockets were fired into the sky at a religious festival in Chiang Mai, Thailand, as residents pray for rain. Over 100 rockets or bung fais roared when they were launched at the annual festival to worship a revered pagoda at Wat Pra Non Kon Muan in Mae Rim district recently. Like other edition of Bung Fai festivals in other parts of Thailand, the event is held when rice planting begins and in homage to the heaven to remind the rain god that the rainy season has arrived. Communities built rockets for the contest that drew a large crowd of spectators. It is a competition of local engineers to design and create rockets that can travel the longest distance. Rural rocket engineers place gunpowder inside long pipes 80 centimeters in diameter and 2.8 meters in length. Some failed to move up very far, some made it over 1 kilometer. To mark the 70th anniversary of the landing of Australian troops in Brunei Darussalam, the Australian High Commission and the University of Brunei Darussalam recently organised the Stories Through Memories 70 Years of Friendship exhibition. The exhibition is being held at the Art Gallery, the Royal Wharf in Bandar Sri Begawan until 30th June and is open to members of the public. The exhibition was jointly launched by Pehin Datuk Haji Zahir bin Haji Abdullah, Brunei Minister of Culture, Youth and Sports, and the Honourable Senator Michael Ronaldson, the Australian Minister for Veterans Affairs, Minister assisting the Prime Minister for the centenary of Australian and New Zealand Army Corps, and ZEC, and the Special Minister of State. The exhibition is a fitting tribute to the men and women of Borneo who lived through the horrors of war, but also celebrates the lasting friendship of the people of Brunei and Australia, formed 70 years ago when Australia liberated Brunei Darussalam from Japanese occupation in 1945. Meanwhile, 8 Australian Second World War veterans were in Brunei attending the 70th anniversary commemorations of the Second World War Borneo landings. The event, held at the Brunei Australia Memorial, Muara Beach, was also attended by Datuk Paduka Haji Mustafa bin Haji Sirat, Acting Minister of Defence, and Pehin Major General Datuk Muhammad Tawih bin Abdullah, Commander of the Royal Brunei Armed Forces. This is the renowned shopping street of Nha Trang coastal city in Ca Hoa province. These pictures capture natural moments of life in Vietnam and have helped the small shop become one of the most eye-catching along the street. To many tourists, this is a mini exhibition rather than just a shop selling souvenirs. Daria Karaseva, a tourist, said these pictures are so beautiful, impressive and real. Looking at them, she said, makes her want to know more about Vietnam. They are so unforgettable. All of these works were created by Thierry Bien, a French photographer. He began his journey of discovering Asia in 1980. He has visited India, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Malaysia, Cambodia, the Philippines, and finally he decided to settle down in Vietnam. Many of his pictures taken in Vietnam have also been exhibited in France. Thierry hopes that more and more people will see the beauty of Vietnam through his pictures. He wants to bring Vietnamese culture into his products, since Vietnam is his favorite country. After 15 years living in Vietnam, he wants everyone to love Vietnam as he does. The French photographer has been based in Nha Trang for more than 4 years now. He married to a local woman and now calls this coastal city his second hometown. Duong Thi Trang Gian, Thierry Bien's wife, said there are about 200 French living in Nha Trang. She can see that many of them have fallen in love with Vietnam, and so they want to settle down here. It is the natural beauty, the peaceful life and the friendly people that give Thierry Bien the inspiration. As a Frenchman living in Vietnam, he has a unique way of expressing his interpretation of Vietnam. When taking pictures in Vietnam, people impress him the most. People here are friendly and they make him want to take more pictures. For example, this book portrays the beauty of Vietnamese women. Thierry has spent the last 5 years compiling and producing this book of photography, which features 100 pictures of Vietnamese women. For many foreigners who never visit Vietnam, Thierry's pictures can bring them a step closer to the endless beauty of Vietnam, as Thierry himself describes it. The Singapore Management University, or SMU, has taken the first step towards a more sustainable future, that is by growing its own food. The university has set aside 2 plots of land within the campus outside the School of Accountancy to promote urban farming. Food from each harvest will then be given to the community. The initiative, by planting 2 saplings of nutmeg, a spice which was extensively grown in the area in the past, was kick-started by Mayor for Central Singapore District, Ms. Denise Phua. The program encourages people from all walks of life to take part, to grow the crops together with the students. Meanwhile, Professor Arnold de Meyer, President Singapore Management University, has this to say about the program.
People from the neighborhood, maybe some of the elderly people that work here, work and live here in the neighborhood, will come and join us and will work with us on these gardens. And if that succeeds, then probably we will get a very good integration between our young students and maybe some of the people that live here in the Bras Basah precinct.
Under normal circumstances, the super-secretive Malaysia's Emergency Operations Centre, or EOC, is off-limits to the prying eyes of the media, as it serves as the nerve centre for any disaster management operation. But during this ongoing ASEAN Regional Forum Disaster Relief Exercise 2015, the media was given a rare opportunity by the National Security Council to take a peek inside the EOC. The EOC is the nerve center for the ARF DREX, consisting of representatives from the relevant disaster management agencies, including the NSC, Police, Armed Forces, Fire and Rescue Department, Civil Defense and Health Ministry. It is a small replica of the National Disaster Command Center in Putrajaya. NSC Secretary Tajuddin Abdul Wahab said with the EOC in place, the NSC would be able to better manage the disaster and ensue disaster relief operations as it is equipped with modern equipment and communications.
We are very serious with the exercise, we are serious with the outcome, and whatever that we learn from the exercise, we are trying our best to implement.
The EOC has several features, including the Asset and Resource Management System, electronic mapping, live video feed, and delay video images. It has the ability and capacity to communicate directly in real time with all the field training exercise sites such as landslide and collapse structure, road traffic accident, mass evacuation center, and maritime. Meanwhile, Malaysia and China were joint chairs for the ARF DREX 2015 that took place in the states of Kedah and Perlis from 24th to 28th May. ARF Direx's main focus was to test the civil-military coordination, create synergies and coordinate efforts to support the effective implementation of the ASEAN Agreement on Disaster Management and Emergency Response as a common platform for disaster management in the region. The exercise also involved about 1,700 search and rescue personnel from 22 countries, such as Thailand, Indonesia, Australia, the United States and India. The training was important as the search and rescue teams will be working together in the future in the event of disasters, such as earthquakes and floods. The scenario proposed for ARF Direx this year was a super typhoon impacting the northern part of Peninsular Malaysia. The full-scale disaster simulation tested the expertise of the participants as well as the available mechanisms at the national, regional and international level. For the exercise, China's International Search and Rescue Team brought food supplies, rescue equipment and various vehicles that were meant to speed up the team's training. Among the demonstrations involved were the setting up of camps, evacuation of flood victims conducted by the Fire and Rescue Department, and the carrying out aid and food dropping mission by a Royal Malaysian Air Force helicopter. A group of 20 Korean tourists traveling to Koh Lan, Thailand, were so excited seeing a big whale shark emerging close to their boat from the sea. The tourists, including an 18-year-old boat staff on the yacht, had not seen a whale shark before. Mr. Tirayuth Chaya, 18, who was the yacht pilot, said that he had brought the Korean tourists to swim at Koh Sak and was en route to Tien Seaside at Koh Lan. They saw the whale shark while passing along Koh Sak and Ta Wan seaside. Mr. Tirayuth, who took the picture, also said this was the first time he had seen a whale shark. He felt very lucky to see such a big whale shark that was not aggressive. It swam close to the yacht before disappearing into the sea. All the tourists were very impressed at the sight of the whale shark.
The whale shark.